What's up, Steemit.com? It is July 25th of 2016 right there. So today I just want to have a real quick pool meeting. This is our second pool meeting, and have some important news here. So Craig Grant did something that was much needed. Props to him. Kind of setting up a group. It's very hard to follow people on Steemit.com right now, which that'll all change, I think, but you know, people are putting out some really good content, going really hard, and they're not really getting seen, so we can't depend on the whales to see us. I don't like that feeling, to feel like you have to depend on somebody else, so we're going to depend on ourselves. So we're kind of teaming up here. We got Craig Grant, Paco, Crypt Zero, Trayvon JB, Juliana, Crypto Fiend, Chris Crypto, and Brian Phobos. That's me. So yeah, like, we're gonna team up. We're gonna watch each other's feeds and stuff, and really kind of concentrate on, and if we like our stuff, so at least it's in front of us. That's the kind of main point. And all these guys have more steam power than I am, so I feel very lucky to be added to the group. And I think part of that is I've only been on a week, and a lot of these people have been on for 2-3 weeks, maybe more than I have. So I think that Craig saw the effort I've been consistently putting in. I live in Arizona, and I think he's over on the East Coast somewhere, and I would be up in the middle of the night, like, commenting on stuff, and just been going crazy on there. So I think he saw that and everything. So basically, and that's another announcement I want to make. I'm basically going full time at Steemit, 60 hours plus a week. This past week, I maybe even put in more than that. Kind of crazy, because if you look back in my blog post, you know, there was the time when I didn't sleep for 40 hours, and you know, because had to install some servers down in Sierra Vista, Arizona. So that was kind of crazy, but I was still trying to post, still trying to get on Steemit. Kind of crazy. So anyway, and yeah, just like, if you guys could, if you're seeing this video right now, can you please go to my blog and look at my last 3 posts? They've got some good love and stuff like that, but they just need some more love, man. I put a lot of time into those. So please check that out. I would much appreciate that. So the next thing I want to talk about is just my goals going forward with Steemit. So I basically have a confession to make. I always wanted to be a Dolphin growing up. I know, it sounds crazy. But I used to play Echo Tides of Time. I used to play, well, there was Echo, the first Echo on the Sega Genesis. I don't know if you remember that. Then there was Echo Tides of Time, I believe, on the Genesis. And then I had a version of Echo that I was playing on the Dreamcast. And I was always like super into Dolphins. But also there was a show back in the 90s called Sequest DSV. And it was basically a submarine, and it took place in like the year 2032 or something, but they basically had this mechanism that they were able to put on this dolphin that they called Darwin, so that Darwin was able to talk. And I just thought that was the coolest thing, and it really seemed like it was possible, like, oh, the dolphins are smart, and oh man, it's cool. So anyway, I'm trying to become Darwin. I'm trying to become an advanced talking dolphin. So that's my goal. And if you're kind of new to this, or you're kind of like, well, where's the cutoff between minnows, dolphins, whales, that kind of stuff? I think it's kind of arbitrary in some respects. The way I think of a dolphin is, if you can have enough steam power to basically pay you a full-time income from the distributions that you would get each week. And I did the calculations, and I think if you get over 100,000 steam power, then it would probably pay you about $1,000 a week, which would then be like $4,000 a month. And you know, I mean, there's certain things that you'd probably want to get on and do some comments and voting and stuff like that, but you know, and you could still continue to post and gain and all that stuff like that. But I feel like at that point, you're self-sustaining. You know, if you're getting $1,000 a week, you can do it full time and travel around and do all that stuff. So the next thing I want to ask you guys is, like, would you guys be interested in me doing like fitness and nutrition related posts? The reason, like, you know, I feel like I know a lot about that. I feel like I have a lot of information I can provide. the issue is, I don't know if people are going to click on it, and that's always, I don't want to put up like 10, 15 posts about nutrition and, you know, trying to get a six-pack and, you know, all this kind of stuff, and talking about what you should eat, and I'm talking about biomechanics of different sports and this kind of stuff, and then like nobody's watching it, and everybody's like, I don't care about this, I just want to figure out how to make money on Steemit. That kind of becomes a circular path, and I am going to talk about, you know, things revolving around stuff that I found out about Steemit that could help you guys out. I'm still going to continue to do that, but I don't want to base my entire blog off of that. But yeah, if you would, just, you know, check on my 3 last posts. I'm going full time at this. We're creating a dolphin pod, I guess you could say. I'm a minnow at this point, but anyway, that's pretty much all I want to tell you. And thank you for attending the pool meeting. See you guys.